All right. Leo Santa Cruz proves once again why this dude is one of the biggest duck artists in boxing. His response to Gary Russell Jr. is ridiculous. And let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you can be notified of when we release more videos. And I want to say thank you to everybody for your encouragement and your support in the channel in the form of the people that watch the videos to the end. I appreciate when you do that because it makes the conversations in the comment section much easier to have because you'll actually know what I've said. And then secondly, everybody that supports in the live streams Monday through Friday, OG Boxing Talk on Sunday. Thank you guys very much. And thank you to the patrons. Now let's get into this Gary Russell Jr. Nonsense. Okay. And Gary Russell Jr. and Leo Santa Cruz. Okay. You know the saying, two wrongs don't make a right. All right. I wasn't terribly happy with the way that Gary Russell Jr. called out Leo Santa Cruz, put his arm around his dad, and walked off from his dad. He wasn't disrespectful to his dad in his dad's face. He walks off and then he kind of play acts about, being able to touch your father and all that. And, stop ducking me, Leo Santa Cruz. Stop ducking me, Leo Santa Cruz. Right? People get upset about it. How unprofessional. Certain writers say things like, with their microaggressions, their racial microaggressions, saying, oh, that was straight gangsta, stuff like that, right? So we all have this good old conversation about it. And Leo Santa Cruz responds, and he responds with, it was disrespectful, but I don't take it personally. If they say you're gonna fight Russell, I'll fight him. This is credited to Fight Hype, right? So he said that his father didn't know who he was. He thought he was Rico Ramos. He thought it was disrespectful, but he didn't take it personally. If my team says you're gonna fight Gary Russell Jr., I'll fight him. Watch this. Dude, he's the WBC champion in the same weight division as you, Leo. What do you mean if your team says you're gonna fight him, you're gonna fight him? Who says that? What other champion says that if it's not a duck artist? Are you telling me that Deontay Wilder says about Anthony Joshua, I'll fight him if my team tells me to fight him? What would people say about Terrence Crawford if Terrence Crawford said, yeah, I'll fight Errol Spence Jr. If my team, it's no big deal to me. I'll fight him if my team tells me to fight him. Dude, you're supposed to want to fight the champions in your division, man. See, this is what led Gary Russell Jr. to doing what he did. This dude, I'm telling you, this dude is a fraud. Leo Santa Cruz is a fraud. Been a fraud. Leo Santa Cruz needs to fight somebody or get rid of that belt. It's ridiculous. I understand why people would say that what Gary Russell did was over the top. That was clearly over the top. But what Leo Santa Cruz has done throughout his career is over the top. This dude is clearly milking those belts on a level separate from everybody else. Okay? Leo Santa Cruz ain't fought nobody. Leo Santa Cruz fought Carl Frampton and Abner Mares, both mid B level fighters. And he lost one to Carl Frampton. No wonder Gary Russell Jr. is putting t-shirts on his back, telling saying stuff to his dad. Come on, man. Come on. And I listen to people that are watching, that heard what he said. Leo Santa Cruz, and you think it's cute. Oh, Leo Santa Cruz took the high road. He didn't respond. Yeah. He also, chumped out. Forget the part about him saying his daddy. I'm not going to go there and say, well, how could you let somebody that talks that bad about your dad, why wouldn't you get in the ring and fight him? This dude, how would you just let somebody Gary Russell Jr., I believe Gary Russell Jr. could walk up to Leo Santa Cruz, slap him across the mouth, spit one in his eye, and he would still say, nothing personal. Yes, that was disrespectful, but nothing personal. If my team says fight him, I'll fight him. Well, why would his team say fight him? Right? You're out for what is he, not big enough money fight? You ain't gonna fight him because you ain't gonna win. Point blank, period. Leo Santa Cruz don't want to fight him because Leo Santa Cruz ain't gonna win. And Leo Santa Cruz was looking for the Gervonta Davis fight, and I truly believe the only reason this dude was looking for that Gervonta Davis fight was because he thought he could maybe it could be on pay-per-view. It could be on, maybe it could be on pay-per-view. He could make a lot of money. They could do 300,000. Hopefully they can do 300,000 pay-per-views, and he can get 4 or 5 fights worth of money. And he could get knocked out, by Gervonta Davis. And at least when he gets knocked out by Gervonta Davis, he gets paid well for it. That's probably not the case with Gary. That's probably not the case with Gary Russell Jr. In fact, I know it's not the case with Gary Russell Jr. Leo Santa Cruz versus Gary Russell Jr. would be a good fight. A fight that a lot of people would be interested in. Gary Russell Jr. would beat Leo Santa Cruz from pillar to post, and Leo Santa Cruz would then be off on his road to being the new Rocky Martinez. Man, I just have no patience for Leo Santa Cruz or Abner Mares or Carl Frampton. Those guys got away with it, and very few people said anything about them down at 122 pounds when they ducked Guillermo Rigondeaux at 122 pounds. When these guys all but just flat out came out and said they weren't going to fight the guy. Now he's up here at 126 pounds. Now he's at 126 pounds doing the same thing. Doing the same thing to Gary Russell Jr. Now, Gary Russell Jr., I hear people say, Gary Russell Jr. fights once a year. Leo Santa Cruz only fought once a year in 2018. He's only fought one time in 2019 as well. But still, the guy is the WBC champion. Leo Santa Cruz, I believe, is the WBA champion. You got the WBC champion. Who's the other champion out there? I think Josh Warrington. Isn't he the other champion out there? What is this guy gonna do? Move up and go fight Miguel Berchelt and lose to Miguel Berchelt? Or maybe he wants to go fight feather-fisted Tevin Farmer, who's still gonna beat him, who's still gonna box his ears off. This is the problem. This is one of the major problems in boxing, man, is that not just that the fighter's ducking, that the media doesn't call him out for the ducking. This is what that is. That statement that he made is a clear intention to duck statement. Passing the buck to his team. If his team says, I fight him, then I'll fight him. Why wouldn't Leo Santa Cruz say, man, I want to fight you? I want to be a unified champion at 126 pounds. I want to be the undisputed champion at 126 pounds. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to beat Gary Russell Jr. to do it. No, he doesn't do that. He says he puts it on his team. So quite honestly, now when I look what Gary Russell Jr. did, man, I feel for the guy. I feel for him. The only major champion, the only major guy that so far has been willing to fight Gary Russell Jr. has been Vasily Lomachenko. That's it. Other than that, none of these guys are running to fight him. Abner Mares ain't looking to fight him. Josh Warrington, dang old well, Josh Warrington ain't looking to fight him. Carl Frampton ain't looking to fight him. The rest of none of these guys are looking to fight Gary Russell Jr. Because Gary Russell Jr. has fast hands. He's got decent pop. He's an excellent boxer, and he's fresh as a daisy. And it's just a shame, man. When are people going to start calling people? I think there's just as much a need to call out Leo Santa Cruz for his response to Gary Russell Jr. as there was to Gary Russell's initial call out. This is like the same type of logic. It's different, but it's the same type of thing that I saw where people talked about what Deontay Wilder said about wanting to kill somebody in the ring, right? And him having the right to do the legal ability to do that, right? And everybody getting in an uproar. But when Dillian White gets popped for D-ball, gets into the ring under the influence of D-ball, has his gloves, gets into the rings with gloves that weren't checked, then it's like, hey, let's just all wait and see. Let's just all wait and see. But when so it's this fake outrage when somebody says something. Now, clearly, what Leo Santa Cruz said is not as severe as what Dillian White did, but they're similar. Less severe, less extreme, but similar. You're talking about something that Gary Russell said, right? And joked around with, but ain't saying anything about what Leo Santa Cruz is doing, which is ducking. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.